welcome fellow fans of Clash of Clans. It is your host Galadon, and you may have noticed today the Clash of Clans team released the very first episode of Inside the Builder's Hut, this special series where Fairy, the community manager for Clash of Clans, speaks with members of the Clash of Clans design team.
And today here with me, I have Vesa, our game designer. Welcome.
Happy to be here. Thank you, Fairy.
Are you excited about this episode?
Okay. Now, you see the body language right there, okay? Yes, game designers are not normally that excited to be on camera and giving interviews, which makes this that much more special and shows the effort that Supercell is genuinely making to keep in close communication with its players. And this episode is not designed to replace you watching this entire episode over on the Clash of Clans official YouTube page. I just thought I would give some of my thoughts and insights based upon, well, 24 trips to Supercell headquarters and many hours working alongside the Clash of Clans team and interviewing them and getting to know them. And yeah, it's super cool to see this interaction with the community, and they covered so many different topics. Basically all of the hot buttons were covered, which again, I give them major credit for. They did not avoid any of the tough subjects. One of the first things they dug right into was the idea of progression and just how big as far as town halls and content Clash has become over these past nearly 12 years.
We have people who've started on 2012, 2013. Many of those people are still stuck around Town Hall 12.
I found that really interesting because I just spoke about that in that Where Do You Rank video that I put out a couple of weeks ago. More players are at Town Hall 12 than any other individual town hall, and those higher level town halls take so long to get through, it looks like they're looking at a revolutionary idea to change progression at higher level town halls.
Instead of having this exponential growth where eventually you get stuck in these week-long timers, we have more of like a steady optimal pace.
Okay, so basically what Vesa said here is right now the progression in Clash of Clans is exponential, meaning the higher level you get in town halls, the longer the upgrades take, the more effort and time is required. And they're looking at somehow revamping the entire system to make it more linear. Interesting, it sounds like more than just reducing upgrade costs and times, they have something larger in mind. They didn't go into any details about what that could be, but very interesting to think about.
And the goal is not for like the game to take more and more years as we add more content. Like everybody should be able to get to the new part and feel like they're part of a living game.
I am super interested to hear how that could eventually play out. Now, this next segment, they spoke about using heroes while upgrading. This is an age-old question, and I'll just say this was the one part of the episode I was a little bit disappointed in. There wasn't really a clear answer to this other than the accountants have their nose in things as well. At least that's the impression I got, and I just don't think this is something that is ever going to change. Now, speaking of changes, there will be changes to ores. That was good news.
This is something that is a big problem right now in the game because how much resource you can get, how many ores you can get in the game does not match right now the number of equipments you need to upgrade. So I think the main question here is, what are we doing about it?
And Vesa went into great detail about different possible solutions and definitely promised that there is more ore coming to the game. And we've already seen that with the increases in the star bonus and now the streak event that is going on. And then Vesa went on to almost seem like he leaked some information about the number of epic hero equipment pieces that are coming.
I would expect us to relatively quickly get to the point where all the heroes have, well, they now have all the commons that we were aiming for them to have. So there's going to be 4 commons per hero. And we're not planning on putting any more in at this time. We want them all to have a couple of epics, and then we'll assess again, see how it works.
Okay, so everybody has all of the common equipment they're going to have for the foreseeable future. And then, yes, you heard it, 2 epics per hero. My prediction, based upon what was said in this interview, is that we will see a new piece of epic equipment released every other month until each hero has 2 pieces. Remember back when Fairy said that the monthly events would likely be a Super Troop event and then a bigger event every other month. I suspect that those bigger events will introduce a new epic piece of hero equipment every single time until there are 8 in the game. That's not based upon any information other than me watching this interview. Another big controversial topic has to do with game balancing, and they definitely took this one head on.
We're making a game for quite a few different types of players. Players playing very different cadences, very different ways. Some play very often, very actively. Others play casually every now and then, and all of those point of views are valid.
I think the key takeaway right there is that VESA is saying they care about every portion of the community, no matter how large or how small.
But then the end result needs to be balanced for the competitive play. And we come back to this, we need to balance for two separate audiences. And we'll see how we'll fix that. Town Hall 16 is now significantly easier than 15 was. And that was by design, because we wanted to see like if that has a positive effect. And it does have a positive effect on some portion of the player base. So we want to make it good for everybody.
So a couple of admissions there. Obviously, we all know Town Hall 16 much easier than 15. They did it on purpose, and they're probably going to keep it this way because it sounds like overall the majority of the player base is happy with it. They didn't address exactly how they're going to try to balance the game for the competitive, the high-end players, the professional players. That's certainly an issue. And again, there's been this talk of a pro mode or hard mode. They didn't go into any details on that, but you can tell the game balance is probably one of their top priorities right now. Another big priority, obviously, is the social aspect and clan recruiting.
The taboo word here, 2 words actually, global chat, it started ever
Those
since
were
then.
banned already.
Yeah, you can't type it anymore. But one of the issues that removing global chat left, one of the holes, let's say, was the whole players finding clans.
And VESA goes on to say that this portion of the game is, quote, brutally broken and, quote, inexcusable. So they're certainly working on a new clan recruiting tool, a clan advertising tool, but global chat is not coming back. Sorry. Now, make sure you go check out the entire interview. It is really interesting. Leave your comments down below. I'll pass them on to the Supercell team myself. Thank you for watching all the way to the end of this special episode. Now get out there, make the best of the rest of your day, be month, and year, be kind to other people, animals, and the planet. And of course, I hope to see you all back here again tomorrow for more Full Attacks. Galadon, if they want a good episode, they should interview Peter $17. I have strong opinions about gym boxes.